Okay, you got me.
Did not intend to do that. I was already in the process of clicking. Oh God.
Love you, buddy. What?
Nothing. Hold on. I'm just gonna save that for later. Anyway.
So does somebody want to explain why Wade's picture is that terrifying monstrosity?
Yes. So for fans of the show, you'll know exactly what this is. For non-fans of the show, you'll think we're crazy. And you're right. We are crazy.
We are extremely crazy.
Yes. However, I have finally gotten around. I binged it all when I was in England with you guys, watching all of Stranger Things. I finally did it.
That's true.
And so now
I have the proof because I was watching with you.
That's correct. So now we can talk about it.
Yes, we can.
And I figured let's have the background be one of the best moments, which is Billy just facing off against the Mind Flayer spawn from the end of season 3.
Yeah, you watched that bit without me. Arsh.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason I ever watched ahead of you was because I knew you had already seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
And given the fact that, here's the thing, and given the reason also, was the reason to watch ahead, so I was okay with it. But the reason I wanted to watch ahead was because there were people from this cast going to be there at Wales. And so I wanted to be as caught up as possible.
Like Alexi and
Alexi,
the
Murray,
one who kept beating up Hopper.
Yeah, Alexi, Murray, and the Russian assassin who kept beating the shit out of Hopper.
That's fair. That's fair.
Which I actually.
You might not be able to see it though because of your background, buddy.
Then I'll just temporarily turn off my background.
Yep. I see the pups.
Nope, not that one.
Oh.
Nope, not that one. Here we go.
Tucky.
You kind of right in there. Yeah, it said, I had him write, what's a fun quote that from your character you would like to write? And he wrote, to Wade, you are policeman. Policemen have rules.
Yep.
I love it.
Same.
Yeah.
I love how he's not even seen it all though.
Well, no, because I thought he said, because what he told us, because I never had the opportunity to get one with Murray because his line was too long, and he also wasn't there on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I did get one with Alexi and this guy.
Mm-hmm.
God, his name was so I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on.
Wasn't it Andre or something? Or is that someone else I'm thinking of?
Hold on, give me a second.
I can't remember, Wade.
Grigori is the guy's name.
Greg.
Andre Evchenko. Andre Evchenko.
So I was right, Andre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lulu remembers stuff.
But yeah, and so
ish.
And I told both of them, Alexi and Grigori, that I've been binging the show last week. At the time we had watched episode 1 of season 4. And I remember when we were talking with Andre, he had said that prior to him being part of the show, he binged season 1 in 3 days, binged season 2 in 2 days. And then he had said that he got to watch season several. I think he got to watch them 3 or 4 episodes in advance.
Hmm.
Which made sense because he's a major character in season 3. And so yeah. I don't think he ever mentioned anything about if he had seen season 4 or not. I would imagine he has. Because I know that I mean, I can't speak for him, but if I were like in that type of role where I am in a show, my character dies and is no longer going to be in the show ever again, I would still want to stay caught up and as involved as possible with that show, especially if it's something like Stranger Things.
Yeah, same. I mean, yeah, he didn't actually mention that, did he?
Yeah. But it was cool meeting them. I'm glad I finally got around to watching it. It's a good show. I had no idea that David Harbour was in it. Up until I started watching, I had no idea.
I'm convinced me and Yaz told you he was in that.
You probably have. I just didn't remember it. Like I knew that Millie Bobby Brown was in it because she's on all the promo. I knew that the like antagonist of season 4 was Vecna, but I didn't know like any of the spoiler stuff or anything.
Yeah, you should have seen my face when that like they called it Vecna. I just went, what the fuck?
No. Okay. Spoilers for Critical Role Campaign 1. I know I've told this to you like privately. I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast, but back when it was like first revealed, like in the show that quote unquote Vecna, if that's the name you choose to use for him, was the antagonist of season 4. Matt Mercer quoted like the announcement tweet or something saying it was never explicitly stated where Vox Machina banished Vecna to.
Oh yeah, shit.
And so people were joking that Vox Machina banished Vecna to 1980s urban Illinois.
Well, I mean, it could happen.
I mean, yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay. I forgot about that.
But yeah. So yeah, let's go on. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start like with season 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 1, the Demogorgon, and the introduction into both 11 and the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But it basically started with them playing D&D in Mike's basement.
Yeah, in Mike's basement. Because like when it started, because I believe Mike was Mike the DM of that game? Yeah, Mike was the DM of that game, I believe.
Yeah, because Will refused to do Fireball or something.
Yeah. So like it started out with them playing D&D, and like they were having a debate of whether it was gonna be like the bunch of goblins or the Demogorgon as the final boss of the campaign.
Yeah.
The goblins came in, and then the Demogorgon, which, as far as I'm aware, is well, actually no, because this was in the 80s, so this is probably like first or second edition D&D they were playing. So maybe there's a Demogorgon-esque creature in the game in that version.
Well, there must be unless they were like
just making it up for the purposes of the show.
Yeah, kind of. What do you call that again? Homebrew.
I mean, that is also possible. And then what was this? And Will had to decide whether or not he would cast a protection spell on himself and play it safe, or take a risk and try to kill it now and cast Fireball. He chose to cast Fireball. He did not kill it, I believe, in the game. And then, well, actually, no, because if I remember correctly, which I might not be.
They had to go home. They all had to go
Yeah,
home.
because that was the moment where where everyone else had to go home.
That was
but
when Mike's mom said it, like school night or something.
yeah, it was a school night. But like Will had rolled a die to see if he hit the Demogorgon.
And it was on the floor somewhere.
And it was all on the floor. They never found. Will looked at it, but never like told us the group. He told Mike after that he had rolled like a 7, which was he'd rolled a miss.
Yeah.
So the Demogorgon gets him. It came true because the Demogorgon got him. Well, it's a relative term because it took him to the Upside Down, but it never killed him.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing with like at the party with Barb getting sent to the Upside Down as well. She died right away.
She's dead.
Yeah, Barbara's fully dead. Which that's an interesting question because I'd like to my impression I got was Barb went to the Upside Down, probably passed out for a bit, and then woke up in the Upside Down version of Steve's pool. Tried to climb out.
I'm sure you see her anyway, don't you?
Oh yeah, we see her like trying in the Upside Down, trying to climb out of the pool, but something is trying to pull her back. It's assumed that's the Demogorgon.
Or the demo dogs.
We do know the Demogorgons actually were a thing because in that time, or at least they have been in the previous time, because in season 4, when we see the flashback of Vecna going to the Upside Down for the first time, we see a Demodog in the distance.
Yeah.
So it may have been a Demodog, although I'd like to imagine, given that Demodogs hadn't been introduced up to yet until season 2, I like to imagine it was the Demogorgon.
Well, most likely, because I mean, I can't even remember why Will was taken.
Why Will was so like they found out that the Demogorgon like initially hunted for, or at least the way like it tracked its prey was by blood.
Yeah.
That Barb cut her hand when she was trying to shotgun that beer, and that's how the Demogorgon found her. I can't remember how, if at all, Will started bleeding.
Didn't Will stumble upon something? Didn't Will stumble upon like do not trespass here, something like that?
Hold on, I'm going to try to figure this out.
I can't actually freaking remember.
I don't think it's ever explicitly like shown that Will cut himself. Although looking at it now, because basically when he was riding home on his bike, that figure was in the street and caused him to swerve off and crash in the woods. He may have cut himself there. He tried to call 911 when he went to his house, but there was just the garbled static.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he was panicking, tried to load the rifle. He may have cut himself at some point there.
Maybe. But I mean, it was following him before that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Although, then again, it's because Hawkins' lab is like right there in the woods that
That's what I mean. Maybe he just got too close.
Yeah, that's probably it. Like maybe he didn't necessarily cut himself. He just got too close to the lab where the Demogorgon already was.
That sounds about right.
But yeah, and then
But the thing with the lights with Joyce, holy fuck.
Yeah, like
the amount of Christmas lights you put up around that house. I need an advance on my payment now.
put the Christmas lights up just so that she can finally communicate with Will.
Oh yeah, because every time she tried to ring him, the phone blew up.
Exactly.
No, he tried to ring her, sorry. The phone blew up.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't blow up, it just kind of got electrocuted.
Basically electrocuted.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could literally see the spark.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. And then the whole thing with like kind of like slowly convincing other people that, hey, this is an actual thing that's happening. and then it ended with Hopper making a deal with the lab where, hey, I'll tell you where 11 is, but in exchange, I'll tell you where 11 is. You'll allow me and Joyce to go into the Upside Down and get her son back, and in exchange, both parties will forget anything ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of did. Then, they did do that, but 11 killed most of the scientists from Hawkins' lab when they arrived at the school.
Well, I wonder why.
That's not right. I love how, I don't know if it was intentional. Even if it wasn't, I love what they did. Because like in season 1, 11 killed those people by basically just exploding their eyes, which is a great similarity to when she like truly uncovered her powers during the fight with 1 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like his thing, was he would basically, she never broke the limbs, but he also exploded the eyes of people.
Mm-hmm.
I like whether or not that was intentional for 11 doing that right early on. I don't know, but I still like the similarity between it.
Yeah. And yes, I am drinking tea with a straw.
That's fine. I've done worse.
I have cold sore. Poop.
Anyway.
So really, the entire time that the army were after 11, they should have been after 1.
Well, because
they thought it was 11 that had done all the kids.
That was true. Like in season 4, you mean?
Yeah, even in the lab.
Well, because here's the thing. In season 4, it was revealed that Dr. Brenner knew all along, like the actual truth of what had happened. Like he knew that 1 was the guy who had killed all the kids. He knew what had happened to him. He knew that 11 had sent him to the Upside Down. He knew all of it.
I want to know why he kind of kept that from 11 though, because obviously that would have fucking haunted her.
Well, because
like she thought she killed all those kids.
Well, initially she didn't. Because what happened was because like she was able to overpower 1 and banish him to the Upside Down. But the mental strain of doing so put her in like a minor coma for a bit. And because it was a like subconscious traumatic event, she subconsciously basically wiped her own memories of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, he never told her, because he was like, hey, she has these powers now.
Yeah.
And it was also said that I don't think it was said in the show, but I think I read it somewhere that like, because we know that because it shows all, and I think it was season 1, it shows all those flashbacks to those tests that 11 did.
Yeah.
And it shows that the final test, like the one that caused her to go insane and rip open the rift to the Upside Down and escape the lab, Brenner had said, we're going to go farther than we've ever gone before. And you saw like her, it was assuming she was trying to contact the Upside Down is what she was doing there. Someone online said that what likely was happening was all of those tests of trying to get 11 to be able to commune with other people and like commune with vast distances was trying to say, hey, where's 1? Where did she send 1?
Yeah, because everyone thought that she was like,
everyone thought she
basically a mind assassin.
Kind of, yeah, because everyone thought that she had killed everyone at the lab.
Yeah.
Including 11 for a while.
God, yeah.
But yeah.
That is one hell of a great series.
Yeah.
Even after watching season 3 again, Like the first time, it kind of grated on me a little bit because it was, oh, how do you say it? It kind of just got a bit slow and a bit boring for the first time. But
Well,
then, like the second time I watched it, I was like, why did I think this series was rubbish?
they can only kind of do so like much because like each one thing I've very clearly defined is each season has gotten bigger and better than the previous one.
Yeah.
Like season 1, the villain was one Demogorgon. That was it. The reason it was such a difficult task at the time was because no one had any experience with the Upside Down or 11 or anything like that yet, and so they had no clue how to properly deal with it. They eventually figured it out. Then comes the Demo Dogs, which is granted smaller, presumably less powerful, but they have numbers, and they're still very deadly, even though they're not a Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one thing, actually, I'll say one thing that did happen on that note. We now know that, like, when 11 basically dusts someone, she doesn't kill them. She sends them to the Upside Down. So, and it kind of, the beginning of season 2 supports this theory of how 11 wakes up in the Upside Down after supposedly dying at the end of season 1. So she probably sent the Demogorgon there as well, to the Upside Down.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. We don't know whether or not there's more than one Demogorgon. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that there's only one Demogorgon. That Demogorgon died in season 4. Because it was
in the Russian base.
Yeah, in the Russian base. It was a full-on Demogorgon they were fighting there.
Yeah, because all the others were demo dogs, weren't they?
Yeah. All the other things were demo dogs.
Ah.
But yeah, you have that in season 2. And then season 3, you have the Mind Flayer. And the Mind Flayer is basically, because the Russians had opened a portal themselves under Hawkins, it allowed them to, or allowed the Mind Flayer to start, like, basically possessing people.
Which season?
That was 3. It had kind of done a similar thing with Will in season 2.
Oh yeah, it started possessing a lot of people.
Yeah, it started with Billy, and then it did. I think it was Heather. What's her name?
I don't know, but I know it did an old woman.
Well, it did. Well, it did the other like girl that was Billy's age, and then it did that girl's parents, and then it did a whole bunch of people.
Oh right, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you're up to. Yeah.
And then all those people save Billy, melt down into weird upside down sludge, and form basically the Mind Flayer, like a physical form of it.
Yeah. AKA that thing behind you. That is terrifying.
And it's like you have to call up the connection because the Mind Flayer is controlling it from the Upside Down. And the signal is coming through the portal. So if you close the portal, the connection's cut off, and the thing will just die, which it does.
Yeah.
And then in season 4, we learned that the Mind Flayer is not actually the guy behind it all. The Mind Flayer was a thing created by one, aka Vecna. And so
I kind of like how Max got a bigger part in season 4. Sorry.
Yeah, because it was like,
and that song made it back into the charts, the one that she kept listening to.
Yeah, I would imagine Kate Bush.
Yeah,
Run Up the Hill.
yeah. That is a good song.
It is. Now, here's a question. What would your song be for that, you think?
Do you really have to ask?
Oh, I'm an idiot. Just breathe.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Well, it's relaxing.
Is.
What
Although
would
I
yours
bet
be? That is a question.
it has to be a favorite song. If it's my favorite song, I have to go with Monster by Imagine Dragons.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I will say, in season 4, when Nancy got put on a trance by Vecna, I thought she was about to die.
Dude.
But
I
I'm
was
like,
no.
don't
No,
kill Nancy.
no,
But
no.
wait,
Don't kill
hold on.
Nancy.
Is she about to die? Because she hasn't had any visions yet, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nancy hadn't been having visions or anything, nor had she been put in any form of trance by Vecna.
That's true.
Yeah, and I love like the whole thing that I love the thing that they did at the end of season 4. Where they effectively lost because Vecna's whole thing in season 4 was he would torture people with like traumatic memories from their past and then kill them. Every time someone died, a small gate would be opened at the site that they were killed at. Once 4 people have been killed in this way, the gates would basically connect as they do at the end of the season and open up a giant ass portal for all things of the Upside Down to spill out into the world. And he killed Chrissy.
Yeah.
And then he killed that one, Nancy's reporter friend.
Fred.
I think so, something like that. Yeah. Killed Fred. Tried to kill Max, but they discovered the whole song thing and saved her life. He then killed the other dude from the football team, or no, basketball team.
Yes. They
Yeah,
did. Who was it?
I can't remember his name. He was the other black dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name. Well, goddamn. Was it a dive? I think it was in the dive. Let's have a look. Do. Caleb. No, that's Lucas. Okay, I don't know. I can't see his name.
It's all right, bud.
I know. It's just annoying when you're like, I know this one.
But yeah, do that. And then Max and then at the end of season 4, they have the whole thing where they bait Vecna to basically incapacitate him so that he can be killed while in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
And so many things go wrong, and also so many things go right with that plan. Turns out Vecna basically suspected they'd be trying to do this, because why the hell else would Max just say, yeah, I'm going to die now?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, she made a compelling argument, because, like, so it was like, when Vecna initially didn't go for her, put her in a trance or something, she made the argument of how, like, she's done running, she's done hiding, she's just ready to have this all be over. Like, she made a compelling argument to
She
Vecna.
feels like she's the one who killed Billy, but she didn't.
Exactly.
Or got Billy killed, sorry.
Yeah. And so, then she gets put in a trance, and Vecna traps Robin, Nancy, and Steve with those vines while they're trying to get to Vecna.
In that house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the only way Lucas can't save Max from
Yeah, the reason he couldn't save her was because what's his
Chrissy's
face?
boyfriend.
No, it wasn't
Chrissy's
Chris's.
boyfriend.
Actually, yeah, it was Chris's boyfriend.
Yeah.
His boyfriend, the other dude on the team, was because he had stepped on the record player or on the Walkman, whatever it was, the music
He
player, and
stepped
broke
on the
it.
Walkman, but also was about to shoot Lucas
Yeah,
because he thought Lucas was doing it.
exactly.
Because apparently D&D is cool.
But yeah, and then, but yeah, that happens. She like doesn't get her eyes exploded, but her bones get broken, and then she basically dies from her injuries. But Eleven's able to revive her. But because Max briefly did die,
it still
opens up the portal to the Upside Down, which is the fourth portal, which Vecna is all Vecna needs to basically. And then and then it ends with like 2 days later, the portal, which is still there somehow, and apparently
Hawkins is destroyed.
The Hawkins is pretty much destroyed. People are just there doing like relief efforts and such. Everyone somehow still thinks that's an earthquake, even though there's a giant portal to another dimension spanning the entire town.
Yeah, I reckon they kind of think that it's basically, in a way, it looks like there has been an earthquake because it looks like there's lava.
I mean, kind of.
It actually looks like it's lava. If you look at.
Oh no, I remember the thing. It has like the orange glow, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
I still would imagine if people.
But then again.
Sorry.
You all right, bud?
Yeah, I'm good. I just unplugged my headphones accidentally. But like I was saying, I would imagine that if people just look down, they would see the weird gooey gunk that is the Upside Down.
Yeah, but if you remember though, people were fleeing Hawkins.
True, but you're telling me no one looked into the chasm?
Oh, they probably did. And there's probably lots of people missing.
Yeah, lots of people missing. Some people probably jumped into the chasm, I bet, and then probably people went upside down.
People probably just fell in.
Like, the thing that can't really be denied is that season 5 will take place immediately after season 4, because A, there's an apocalyptic event happening now, and at the end, at like the last scene in season 4, we saw the little weird ashen air particles just start flowing down in the normal sky.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, because it's made a big, massive cross through the middle of Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's actually pretty fucking terrifying.
It is.
Ooh,
which begs the question, because like, what is going to be like exactly how are they going to be fighting Vecna, and how will Vecna be trying to destroy the world in season 5? Because every season has like, yeah, there's been monsters that have killed people brutally, but it's always been an air of mystery, like the whole mystery of the Demogorgon in season 1, the mystery of, okay, how do we stop the Mind Flayer in season 3, you know? Figuring out how to stop Vecna and coming out with the whole plan. Like, it's like the suspenseful horror.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like Stranger Things is a suspense horror series, and it's not really action. So how do you, given the fact that it's effectively going to be pretty much all at war, I would imagine, how do you keep the same feel of the show that has been, and there's a reason why people like it, with this kind of unprecedented setting for Hawkins?
Honestly, I'm kind of thinking that everything's gonna come like to full circle.
Yeah. One thing I want to see come back that I feel was like not necessarily an actor, but like a character that was very like underused was number 8 from season 2.
Number 8. Number 8.
The person
The girl.
the girl from the criminal gang who like could make people
Sister.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sister. Like her character was like used so briefly and for like a character that seemed to be so important. Like I want her to come back and have like a decent role in season 5.
You never know. There might be a lot more like 11 around. Literally around, so they might all group together to help fight this thing.
Well, because we know that there's 11, we know that there's 8. Well, is presumably still alive somewhere.
But as we know, Martin Brenner has been alive. So
Martin Brenner, so we thought he had died in season 1. Turns out he was alive, and then he got what I would hope is an actual proper death in season 4.
Yeah, well, he did get shot like 3 times.
He got shot with 3 times with a sniper, and then was left to bleed out.
Yeah.
So he's dead.
He's got to be dead.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen, because we have obviously the goal would have to be kill Vecna, kill one, which they tried to do, because like they threw a few Molotovs at him and shot him a bunch of times with a shotgun, and then he fell like 3 stories. But his body but then
how
when they
did
went
that not kill him?
Because he's Vecna and is an uber powerful psychic being.
That's true.
Yeah. And then when they went to check the body, it was gone. So he's alive now, we know. And now that he knows that these people, like he knows, like, hey, the people of Hawkins know how to fight me, he's gonna have to be prepared. Like,
oh yeah.
He's gonna be prepared for them to know how to fight him.
I wonder if he's got an army in the Upside Down.
I don't know.
But considering we only got to see him, I really don't know.
Well, we know that there are the Demobats. There's like at least there's an entire swarm of those things.
Rip Eddie.
Rip Eddie Munson.
Yep.
I also, can I just say, I love what they did with Eddie at the end. The rock, basically like the rock concert that saved the world.
Master of Puppets, yeah.
Was that the song Master of Puppets?
Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica. Just like, hey, so like, hey,
that's in the Fortnite store, by the way.
I bought the emote.
You bastard.
So here's the scenario. There is an interdimensional, all-powerful psychic who is trying to telekinetically kill people to open up a portal that will destroy the world.
Yeah.
We have to bait one of our own people, and with that very limited time window that gives us, sneak into his home base, find a way to distract his army, sneak in there still, and kill him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking play a rap concert. Like this, like I love the setting. It's just Eddie on top of a trailer with a speaker and a guitar. You can see like a lightning storm in the background just going.
Yeah, it was basically though just to distract Vecna.
It was
away from the other 3.
It was to draw the a swarm of bats away.
Yeah,
because Vecna wasn't like conscious or doing stuff. Because basically what happened was like the whole plan was, what's her face, Erica, Lucas's younger sister.
Oh yeah.
In the real world, there was that small playground that was outside of Victor Creel's old house, which is where Vecna was at in the Upside Down. Mm-hmm. They had figured out that like with the light, if you wave it or something, then like they can see it. No,
Oh,
if you see, if
no,
you're in the
he's
real
doing-
world, if you're in the real world and speak, you can hear it upside down. If you wave the lights in the upside down, they can see it in the real world. And so what they did was, when Max was put in a trance by Vecna, Lucas signaled to Erica. Okay, my screen's frozen a bit. Can you hear me still?
I can still hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lucas
God.
signaled to Erica saying, "Hey, she's in a trance." Erica then signaled to Erica had then signaled to Steve, Robin, and Nancy, who are at that place in the upside down,
Yes.
like at that playground, saying, "Hey, she's taking the bait." They then snuck in. And all the while, Eddie was playing his rock concert to save the world, or heavy metal rock. I'm not sure what type it is. Metallica, to save the world.
It's heavy rock.
Heavy rock, yeah,
It's basically rock. Yeah.
yeah.
No, heavy metal. Metal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Heavy metal, and drew the demo bats away.
Yep.
And then the other group was gonna sneak up there and just murder Vecna.
Well, they nearly did.
They nearly did, but he managed to get away and managed to kill Max in the process.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, holy shit.
But yeah, and then like the whole portal opened. We saw Chrissy's boyfriend gets cut in half by the portal as it opens.
I wasn't expecting that. Not
Yeah,
gonna
like the
lie.
portal just goes through and then it just dissolves half his body. I'm like, okay, that happened.
Okay, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, well and truly dead. You ain't coming back from that, boyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 11 basically brought back Max, though.
Yeah,
She was clinically dead.
Yeah, she was clinically dead, which as far as the psychic was concerned is enough to do it. And yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for the next series.
Yeah.
Which is chapter 1, The Crawl. Episode airs in 2023. No date yet.
Fuck.
Yes, Wade. I'm ahead of you. Ha ha ha.
Damn it.
Ha ha ha. Runtime 51 minutes.
How do you know what the episode is called in its runtime?
IMDb.
Okay, fair. But yeah.
I think we might
That's-
have most of it.
Yeah. That's kind of all I've really got to say.
To be fair, same.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Same. I honestly can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, should we probably end the episode then?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not gonna do the thing because that's the Yasmin's thing. But thank you all. Thank you all for watching. Let us know your thoughts, theories, predictions, fan things and stuff. Sean Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's been Wade.
Nope.
Oh, fuck off. That's been Wade.
Sorry, that's Lou.
Wait, so is that Wade?
I'm recording it, so yeah, you're pointing to me. I'm pointing to you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.